evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. So that was kind of tragic. I had a 6-6 and an 8-8 on the board. I had a pretty big advantage against my opponent. Now there, of course, were answers he could have had, but it is a shame that my internet died. I guess Charter was like, nope, we're not going to provide you with internet anymore. What are we, an internet service provider? Psh. And so, yeah, then I got a loss for that, disconnect, which is sad. But hey, I still like this deck, and I feel like I can do great things. I also kind of wish that when I have the music off, it wouldn't play this elevator music while searching for an opponent, because it makes it hard for me to talk. But anyway, let's go ahead and see who we're up against. Fiery Strike the Priest. I did expect to see a lot of priests in this arena, because now that they're so much better, it's not surprising to see more people trying them out. Alright, let's see. So we got some removal, we got an early play. I want to keep this light spawn around, he's kind of a beast. Maybe we can get one more early play other than that Azure Drake. Let's see what we can fish out. Spellbreakers for some quasi-removal. Perfect. I love this coin animation. That's hot. I'm really digging it. Alright, well that's a pretty good card. Can't smite it because it has stealth. No real reason to use the coin because I don't have anything to do next turn. So we'll just pass the turn here, let him get a little bit of an aggro advantage here. Alright, he's just going to reveal the guy. Seems fine. Alright, what I'm going to do actually is play the Novice Engineer.
I hope you like my invention.
I don't mind trading it for the Worgen and holding on to the Shadow Word Pain and the Holy Smite for more important targets.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Ah, very cute play, sir. Very cute play. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and think very carefully here. Playing this guy down right now isn't very good because he just dies against both things my opponent has on the board. So let's just go ahead then and clear everything out here. Don't see any particular reason to hold this removal back. Blink. And blink. Alright. So let's see what my opponent can do on his turn. With 4 mana. He played 2 cards. I played 2 cards to kill him. He killed my Novice Engineer, but that drew a card. Oh, that's pretty good. See, this thing about Shadow Form is you always want to, like, try to do it at a time when, you know, there's nothing else going on. Oh my god, and that definitely qualifies. Well, let's just go ahead and play this Light Spawn. It's a 5-5. My opponent can Shadow Form it to make it a 3-3, but I can heal it back up. Bring it back to 5-5 status pretty easily. Oh man, I did not see any Shadow Forms in this draft. Saw all the new cards, but no Shadow Forms. Oh my gosh, that's so good, I can't even take it. Okay, well, the Violet Teacher is pretty sturdy.
Pay attention, class.
Now here, I could actually coin out a Novice Engineer. I think it's actually important because it'll let me draw 2 cards, and I'm getting to the point in this game where I need to start seeing some better stuff than what I'm currently holding. So let's actually draw a card for the coin.
I'm ready to learn.
Or, sorry, make a 1/1 dude for the coin, what am I talking about? Then, draw a card for the Novice Engineer.
Job's done.
Novice Engineer Cleric. Hey, that's pretty good! I want to be healing things, because, you know, healing stuff sort of counters his ability. Assuming, of course, the thing doesn't die. Well, that's a pretty big dude. Oh, I can't quite play this. 1 mana short. I wish I hadn't... no. That's funny. Now I wish I hadn't, you know, coined out last turn. Okay, well, I got some options here. I could whack North Star Cleric, heal, get some more card advantage. Cards are good to have with this dude in my hand. Another option is to silence this thing. I could do that. That seems like a decent play. I get more stuff on the board, then I can whack him for 5. It's not a bad idea to race him down because he is, you know, in Shadow Form, so he can't heal anymore. There's no way to undo Shadow Form. Once you Shadow Form, you're Shadow Form for life. I like the idea of card advantage, though, especially with this guy in my hand. I mean, if I put him on the board and he doesn't get Mind Stolen, he'll be in pretty good shape. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a whack. Drop this down. Heal up. Draw a card. Raging Morgan not so good against this right here. So we'll drop the crappier creature. If my opponent wants to kill that thing with his Fen Creeper, then he is welcome to do so. Mass Dispel. That's pretty good. It stops my little card drawing shenanigans. He's going to take some time to clear some stuff out. All things considered, that could have been a whole lot worse, so I can't complain too much. Alright, 7 mana. I think it's just time to drop the Giantoid. We'll kill that thing and start swinging. Alright, so he's got 8 mana, of course. This is actually a perfect time to mind control because I don't actually have like overwhelming ward advantage or anything. So if he had the mind control, he'd certainly play it. Looks like he did not have it. But he's using some new cards here to make a 7/7 for himself. Now, of course, I can whack that 7/7 down a little bit to make it hurt, and he cannot heal it back up, which is really cool. Alternative plan, I could just trade in like this, but then my Mountain Giant would get finished off by Mind Spike. I think I'd want to start whacking him for 8. That seems like a pretty good use of my time. Could also silence this. Actually, what am I even... Yeah, this is a pretty perfect time to drop the silence, I think. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So the question is, do I take a moment to kill this thing? If he's got an inner rage, he can be back in the action. But then, of course, I can just silence him again. Yeah, so that seems fine. What I'm going to do is drop a Direwolf Alpha. Yes, it can be killed by his hero ability, but I'm going to get the damage in while I can, basically. This is a lot of damage. And let's heal myself. I don't want to play the Ooze because it just dies to Holy Nova. So he's got to take care of this 9/8. I imagine if he had Mind Control, he would have played it last turn, so he would need a top deck Mind Control. And if he doesn't have Mind Control or anything else, that's not quite good enough. This thing is just going to win me the game. So yeah, I gotta have some more respect for these giants. I mean, I pretty much am gonna win single-handedly. Yep, I won the game. And it was pretty much single-handedly because of this 8/8 that I played for 7 mana. Yeah, looking back at my other drafts, I've definitely been passing on these random giants a lot, and perhaps I should stop doing that. I think I've just been too kind of in the mindset of like, oh, well, it'll just get polymorphed, or it'll get mind-controlled. But, like, your opponent isn't always gonna have those answers. And if they have removal, they have removal for it, then they won't have removal for your other stuff. So, that was a good card, and a good match. I'm a little bit embarrassed that pretty much the only reason I took that giant is because there was nothing else good in the pack. But I clearly need to start picking them a little bit more highly. Okay, so we're at 1-1, but the loss wasn't really a real loss. I had definitely had a chance of winning the game when I got disconnected. Let's see if we can keep it going. Up against a hunter. Feel pretty good as a priest up against a hunter because, your hero ability counters theirs. So it's a little bit easier to get to victory. These are both very good cards, but I would really like to play things on turn 2 if I can. The priest. Well, if he drops a buzzard or something for me, I could do it. Otherwise, I won't have anything to do. Alright.
Is someone injured?
Bit of a bad start here, actually. Now I wish I had kept my 2/4/4s, then I'd have something to do. Now I'm in top deck mode where there's really nothing for me to do for a while. I'd love for him to drop a creature. That'd be good. That'd be good. Play a creature? You want to play a creature? Money Berserker. That's not the greatest creature, actually. I was hoping it would be someone I could run into, and then heal up. But you don't really want to do this here because he becomes a 5/2. And can easily just kill my guy. So this is a good time, I think, for Shadow Word Pain. That is a very good creature.
Well played.
Right away.
Swing-a-doodle-doo. So he spent his coin for that, presumably because he has another 2-drop. Let's see what the other 2-drop is.
Mind if I roll?
Loot Hoarder. Oh, that's pretty interesting. So I actually have 2 really great options here. One, I could swing, heal, draw a card. Another is to play the Raging Worgen. This is a little bit more aggressive. I think I'm going to go for it.
Right away.
Because if my opponent doesn't have like Deadly Shot or Arcane Shot, then this guy can activate against the Loot Hoarder, and that would be really good. Buzzard. Alright, I assume he has another beast. Yes. So he might just trade this Loot Hoarder and the beast in. Yeah. That will keep his buzzard alive. Alright, well this is a little bit of a waste of the Defender of Argus, but it causes the buzzard to die. And I'm all about that. You don't really want your opponent to be drawing lots of cards. If he has multi-shot here, he can kill both of my things. Problem with Hunters is you really can't play around all of their removal no matter what the situation is. There's always some removal card they can have that will wreck you. So I try not to worry about it too much. It's nice to know that if I can keep even with my opponent, then on turn 8 I've got a really great play. He's a little bit desperate playing that guy down. I mean, it's just a 1-1 here. It's not super great. Alright, well, with 5 mana, I have options. I could swing into the Golem and play Holy Nova. And that would be pretty good. I mean, I would be killing 2 cards with 1 card. Plus, it would heal both my guys and draw me 2 cards. Yeah, we're going to just do that, I think. I really doubt I'm going to have a better time to Holy Nova. Drew 2 cards, killed both of his cards. That seemed like a pretty good time.
That minion already attacked.
Right. Alright, well we're 2 turns away from Mind Control, which is really good because it's unlikely that my opponent is gonna like start dominating me here all of a sudden. That's a pretty good drop. A 4/4 against me is quite solid. Shadow Word Pain, not quite good enough. Yeah, 4 power is the awkward thing. Priests don't have anything that can take out a 4-power creature. This is really awkward, unfortunately, because I can't kill it unless I trade both my guys in. I could spell power it. How much am I afraid of Hunters with spell power? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could just do this. Yeah, let's just do this. I'm going to put my Violet Teacher down.
Attention, class.
Let's go ahead and give my Hunter a little bit more health.
I'm ready to learn.
And, that's actually a pretty good draw here. Yeah, let's kill this. Kill this. Get another dude. And alright, well I'm in pretty good shape. I'm safe from multi-shot and from deadly shot. Explosive Trap is the one scary one. He got to kill my card drawer. Very nice, very nice. Okay. I could use Shadow Word Pain to kill that, but that seems a little bit excessive. Let's just casually kill it like that, I think. First, of course, you always want to draw a card. Let's draw a card.
I hope you like my invention.
That guy's pretty good. Now let's spend more mana. Well, actually, no. Let's play him so I can heal also. Seems like a pretty good plan.
Instruction begins.
Sadly, I'm no longer drawing a card. But you saw how good that Northshire Cleric was, right? I mean, I played it on turn 1. The extra health that it had was really good. I mean, I was just a really solid card. I'm like happy to pick that up now, whereas before it was kind of meh. Now, Hunters are not super great at mass removal. All they have is Explosive Shot, and that doesn't kill most of what I have. So, feels pretty good in the situation. It's hard to overextend against a Hunter. Alright, he killed my Taunter, but this guy is pretty vulnerable to being killed by my Chumplets. Also, I could Mind Control it. Is that enough to win me the game? Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15. I don't know. I don't even know what he could do to stop me, though. So yeah, we're just gonna do it while it's hot.
I'm ready to learn.
Mind Control. Whatever it is that you Mind Control has Summoning Sickness, so you can't attack with it the turn that you take it. But when you steal something with charge, it's really, really good. So do I need to worry about this guy being on the board? I mean, honestly, what can he even do? Hunters just don't really have anything. And then again, what difference does it make? Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and take the time to kill this thing. Really, the difference between 4 damage and 1 damage on my opponent isn't that severe. Alright, Molten Giant. Oh, see, this is what I hate about these giants. Like, okay, you just played an 8/8 for free. Who cares? It doesn't stop you from losing next turn. Alright, this doesn't change anything. Notice, by the way, the Scavenging Hyena has been nerfed. It's only when a friendly beast dies now that it gets a buff. That was a pretty convincing victory against the Hunter, and the Light Warden was fantastic that game. He drew me lots of cards. The health buffing card was fantastic. I got to buff the Light Warden, and then I drew a card for it. So that was really great. Good deck. I think the buffs to the priest were very significant, but the priest was so weak before that it might actually not even be too much. Alright, let's see who we're up against here. A Warlock? Kelly Milkies. I think this is different than the Warlock who I DC'd against. Alright, well we got a curve here. Got a really good curve here. I'm just gonna keep these cards. So if you play something, I can Shadow Word Pain. Otherwise, we're gonna be looking to just 2, 3, 4. Alright. No Blood Imp. I'm actually going to start the beats. The reason for this is that I drew the Novice Engineer, so I have a turn 2 play next turn. And I might as well be a little bit aggressive. It's nice to be aggressive against Warlocks since they are hurting themselves with their hero power. Alright, he's spending his second turn to hero up, which is good because he can't really do anything else after that. Which means I get to whack-a-doodle-doo.
I hope you like my invention.
Alright, Holy Nova, that's really good. I love getting Holy Nova against Warlocks because it kills Blood Imps. Alright, he's spending 2 turns to hero up, which is making me really happy that I have this aggressive start. Do I need to worry about playing this guy? Well, if I play this guy, here's the problem. Everything dies to Hellfire, which he has next turn. Let's not overextend against Hellfire here. What I'm going to do instead is buff up my Ooze, which I'm fine doing because it draws a card, or it drew a card when I buffed it. Now, do you want to play this guy? Not really, because he just dies to Hellfire. Let's see, let's say I play him, he plays Hellfire, the Ooze survives. Yeah, I think I'm actually okay with that now.
Is someone injured?
It's a little bit of an overextension, but at the same time, it puts me in amazing shape if my opponent didn't draw into his Hellfire. Or didn't draft the Hellfire, you know. He's not necessarily going to have it. So if he doesn't have a Hellfire here, now I can start whacking things and healing. Ah, he does not have the Hellfire. Alright, Soulfire. Alright, so he gets to still do his whole turn. Scarlet Crusader. Happy to see that go, actually. It was really good against my board. Ah, the Blood Imp, of course. Of course. Looks like that was Demon Fire. He's trying to decide whether to buff him or kill my thing. Oh, no, he's life tapping. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I can't Shadow Word Pain because it is stealthed. Light Spawn. Seems like a pretty good card here.
Oh, if you're right sure.
If my opponent damages it, I can heal it back and draw a card. So my opponent really feels the pressure to kill this. He's life tapped a lot of times, which is bad against... I mean, not like a mistake bad, but it's unfortunate level bad against such an aggressive start that I had. Alright, he has the Hellfire here. Good news for me is that killed his own Blood Imp, and he had the Soulfire to finish off my Light Spawn. Okay. Well, the good news here is that he's kind of in trouble because he's so low on life, and he's not anywhere close to dominating my board, so the mind control is going to be really good for me. I'm going to keep this wolf back, because I don't actually have anything else to play next turn for 6 mana, so there's no reason to give away my trick.
Well played.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know what I did that was so well played. Maybe he's... I never know if people are being sarcastic when they say well played. That's my problem. Alright, this is a pretty good card in response to mine. I still have 2 Holy Novas now. 4 attack is really my weakness. I don't have anything to do this turn, like, whatsoever. There is just absolutely nothing for me to do. I could play this guy when he has nothing to silence and just kind of trade against him.
Must consider.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. The reason I'm okay with that is I have mind control, so I don't need to silence his next threat. I can just take it. This was a really, really good answer. So he's stabilized at 12 health. Now, the thing is... Oh my god. Drain life. Ah, Jesus. The thing is, I can mind control and I still have these Holy Novas. Spellbreaker. So, I might actually want to... They're both at 4 attack! Ah! So, I might actually want to Holy Nova here, so that next turn I can Holy Nova again and finish everything off. The problem is if I play this thing, I mean, I could silence this guy, I guess. Or this guy. I kind of like to keep the spell damage on, you know, in case I mind control it. So that would be the greedy thing to do, is to mind control this next turn, and then hope I can Holy Nova for 3 damage. No, let's just do the Holy Nova here. Heal up. So, depending on what he plays, I might just want to Holy Nova again, rather than mind controlling right away. Man, he had 2 Soulfires, the Hellfire, Drain Life. This is why removal is so good. Like, I would have loved for him to just keep playing creatures. But the fact that he got to play removal was really good. Alright, well, I can Shadow Word of Pain that thing. At this point in the game, I'm not too concerned about minions being cheaper, I suppose, especially because I have another Holy Nova in my back pocket, so if he summoning portals out a bunch of cheap stuff, it'll all just die. Drain Life, wow. Alright, he respects the fact that I've got him pretty low on health. Alright, so, how do I want to do this? I think, actually, I do just want to play Holy Nova. I want to have board control and then steal something better, essentially. So, let's Holy Nova it up. And let's play this Wolf down. It's a naked board, sure, but I'm about to have a buddy with thanks to mind control. Let's actually finish that off with Holy Smite. 2 can play at this removal game. So we got 4 cards to 4 cards. He has his hero ability lets him draw cards, but he's gotta feel careful about doing that. There we go. That's what we want. That is what we want to mind control. Like, he's got to be thinking, like, please don't have mind control. Please don't have mind control. But I'm sorry, I have mind control. Alright. That was a really good mind control right there. Let's see if my opponent has an answer to this. No, otherwise he does just lose. Oh, does he have It's Shadow Bolt? Ah, so he's going to spend 2 cards to kill this thing. That seems fine.
You gotta be kidding me!
What is the other card? Ah, maybe he was hoping to draw into a Shadow Fire. Alright, that was a good game. Yeah, playing with mind control makes me realize that maybe I should give it a little bit more credit. I've always been like, well, you know, if your opponent has board control, mind control is not going to save you, but you know, if the rest of your deck is aggressive enough and good enough that you can keep board control going into turn 8 and you're holding a mind control in your hand, it just feels like you're on top of the world. That was pretty fun. Alright, so we had one sort of back and forth game that we'll never know the outcome because I disconnected, but I did have the major advantage. Then we had 2 really convincing victories. Or 3 really convincing victories. I feel really good about this deck. Let's see if we can take it to the top here.
Undo it!
Lasso the Mage. Alright.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring
This is a bit
victory.
of an awkward hand. A very awkward hand indeed. This is a good removal card, but it's a little early to keep it. If I keep this hand, I have nothing to do on turn 2. I want to keep this card around. It's a really nice card. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just be a little bit greedy and hope I top deck something to play on turn 2. I've got 3 chances to draw a turn 2 play. Or my Light Warden would be fine as well. Emperor Cobra, not quite what I needed. Alright, well, that actually raises a different option, which is to coin and play 2 3-mana cards in a row on turn 2. Alright, he's using hero ability. Really happy to see that. That's, you know, not very good. Yeah, let's coin out. And there's the greedy option here, or the conservative option. The Cobra is the more conservative option. The greedy option is the Worgen, because it's very aggressive. I'm going to do the Worgen because I can give it a bonus, so even if my opponent thinks he's dropped a creature that will kill the Worgen, I can actually buff the Worgen with some extra health and then kill the creature and do Wind Fury anyway. If I were not holding on to Power Word Shield, I would have dropped the Cobra. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, very bafflingly, has been buffed. I don't know why it's been buffed. It was a perfectly fine card as it is, but now it's a 3-2 rather than a 2-2, so picking it is just a no-brainer. Luckily for me, I have my buffed card. Ooh, that's really good. So I'm going to whack-a-doodle-doo, hit, and I have a choice now. I can either heal, I can play the Northshire Cleric, get it ready to heal and draw a card next turn, or I can Power Word Shield. Well, the thing is, I don't actually want to play this next turn because I really want to play my Violet Teacher. So we're going to go ahead and heal right now. My guy is still Wind Furied because his maximum health is actually 5. So, yeah, my opponent better have an answer for this. I think I would have to spend a Firebolt or a Polymorph if he had it. Yeah, because this is such a dangerous threat. It's a Wind Fury 4-4. So my opponent spent his entire turn dealing with my threat, which is fantastic because now I can play this card. I'm going to get a 1-1 and a card when I play Power Word Shield. probably soon. Might also be playing the Azure Drake soon. Alright, my opponent's spending his fireballs, killing me. So here's the thing. I know some people get really frustrated when they're like, oh, I played a card and my opponent killed it, and then I played a card and my opponent killed it. That's so bad. But it's actually not bad, because he's spending all of his mana doing that. What's bad is when rogues kill you without spending any mana and still get to play stuff on their turn. That is when your opponent having removal is really frustrating. Here it's totally fine. So I have options. I can either play the Azure Drake to draw a card right away and put a 4/4 on the board, or I can do the Novice Engineer and the Emperor Cobra. I'm going to do the Novice Engineer and the Cobra, I think, because that way I can be ready for his threat. Although if he's going to have at 6 mana, Argent, whatever, dude, the 4/3 charging Divine guy, he can just kill my Cobra for nothing, which would be sad. Oh, that's a tricky situation. Yeah, I think if he's got the Argent Commander, he's just going to get a 1-up on me. I think it's better to put a couple more things on the board than to just put one. Mind Control feels really good here, since we're just 3 turns away and I'm, doing fine on the board. So does he have an Argent Commander? It is a rare card, so it's not like it's super likely for him to have it here.
Wanna blow something
Mad
up?
Bomber, good play. Right. Well, he probably had to have been hoping for something a little better than that, because my Cobra still trades with the Bomber. So it doesn't really change anything. Draw 2 cards with the rest of his mana. Fair deal, sir. Fair deal. Alright. Well, I think a tempting play is Power Word Shield. Should put this at a 2/4, then I could trade with the Bomber. Then I could let Northshire Cleric and a heal. Draw a card. I don't know if that's right. That's basically spending 4 of my mana to do nothing. Well, let's also play the Novice Engineer then. Draw a card. So I'm basically establishing card advantage here. Holy Nova, that'll be good. Let's buff a doodle do. Swing. Got this Northshire Cleric. I like it so much. It's so good. Alright, so now my board does die to Flame Strike, but I don't really care, because it'll be my opponent's entire turn. He'll have 6 cards left in hand to my, 8 or something, and I'm going to be the first to play. So I definitely have the advantage here. Blizzard is pretty good. So basically, he can finish off my Cleric, so I don't draw any more cards. But I still have this Cobra here, so, he's going to have to spend a couple of mana finishing that off. Alright, well, Lightspawn is a very aggressive play here. I could also play the Azure Drake. Now, the Azure Drake would let me heal my Cobra. So would the Lightspawn, as a matter of fact. And it would draw me a card. The nice thing about the Azure Drake is it would make Holy Nova 3 damage to everything. But what are the odds that my opponent's going to flood the board with 3 health creatures? So what I think we're going to do instead... see, if I play Lightspawn and the Torn Warrior, I'm just consigning this Cobra to death. Yeah, what we're going to do is actually play this. I want to heal my Cobra because I do want to make it more difficult for my opponent to kill this Cobra. If it were at 1 health, she could just finish off with her hero ability, and now, basically anything other than Argent Commander, and it can just die to the Cobra, which is a real problem. He got the Argent Commander. Oh, interesting, he's going to use it against... Actually, it doesn't really matter what he used it against, never mind. That was actually an interesting choice, because the Cobra's maximum health is 5. That's interesting. He's got the Taunt. So the Taunt actually got buffed. These used to be 0/1s, now they are 0/2s. I could Mind Control this Commander, but I think I have enough other good plays to make. I don't feel a particularly pressing urge to do that. No, I wish I had the Azure Drake around, because if I did, if he had run into my Cobra, the Azure Drake here would allow me to kill everything with Holy Nova. Alright, let's think. Let's do a Holy Nova here. Because this heals my Cobra. I can now charge in. Like that. And I can heal my Cobra to keep it alive and stop it from dying to the Fire Blast, or I can play this dude down. To get a little bit more board presence. Man, with this Mind Control, I am okay playing things slow, just protecting my Cobra, so that I can be in good shape if he drops a big dude of some sort. All right, he's gonna work my Cobra down. It looks like. Wow, he has no other plays. What is he holding on to? A handful of removal? Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, interesting situation here. I think the light spawn is a good play here because it survives Flame Strike. Man, I really have this nagging feeling my opponent has Flame Strike.
I wonder.
If I play this, it'll die to Flame Strike. So I could heal this. No. So I could play this guy. He survives Flame Strike. He'll die to Polymorph, which is only 4 mana out of 10. I think what I'd like to do is play the Light Spawn, actually. And then the Defender of Argus. Now, I have such a card advantage against my opponent. I don't really care if he plays Flame Strike and gets even more ahead, especially because he'll only have 3 mana left to deal with this Light Spawn, which will still be alive. And it'll be a 2/2. Ah, Polymorph. Okay, so my opponent correctly respects the Light Spawn. I was about to get buffed to Oblivion here with my Temple Enforcer. Alright, he's just going to spend the full 6 mana to get rid of everything. The Pint-Sized Summoner is irrelevant right now. Alright, so currently everything's dying to Flame Strike. Let's be a little Flame Strike proof. Let's go ahead and buff up this Cobra. I think I'll kill the Pint-Sized Summoner. And let's just get my guy back up and swing. So I'm playing a very controlling game here because my card advantage is so overwhelming that I might as well. I also have a really, really good answer in my hand here. If you should happen to play a big Dudosaurus Rex. This is like the longest I've ever seen a creature survive. And it's like surviving for a billion turns, and it's a really good creature. So he's Ice Lancing this guy. I don't know what he's doing here. Maybe this is a Vaporize, and he wanted me not to lose my Defender of Argus against the Vaporize. In that case, the question is, do I care about losing the Cobra? The answer is no, the Cobra did its job. If he plays something huge, I'll mind control it. I don't need the Cobra anymore, so we'll just pop that Vaporize. Yep, I love the new faster animations on the secrets. They're so good. Alright, well, I have so many cards, might as well just be aggressive. Let's smack him as hard as I can. And this will just die to Flame Strike, but this won't. Let's just play one more guy down who dies to Flame Strike. Heal up. Alright, this is pretty overwhelming. I had this game in my grip the entire time, and it all started with the Northshire Cleric drawing me some cards, and the new Power Word Shield also drawing me a card, making it more likely for me to have it in my deck and everything. Okay, my opponent realizes he just loses. Yeah, I can just attack in, finish my guy off. That was a really compelling victory. I feel really good about this deck. Holy cow, we would have to start playing with priests. I like the Northshire Cleric a lot. I like the new Power Word Shield a lot because, you know, putting 2 extra health on something can make all the difference. Like in that game, it allowed my Worgen to survive, then he had to take a turn to kill it. He just spent there was a couple of times in that game when he just like spent the entire turn killing what I just did. And you can't really get ahead doing that when your opponent has card advantage against you. Alright, we're up against a worthy opponent. We're at 4 wins. This is a mage, but this is a different mage, Juan, and I'm pretty sure I've played against this person before. Alright, well, let's see what we're getting for our extra card. Mind Control. Okay, it's a little early in the day for Mind Control. Let's just go ahead and replace all of the expensive cards with other stuff. There we go. Nice aggressive start here. Gonna coin out the Ooze, and we're gonna draw a card with the Novice Engineer, and see where we take it from there. So I'm missing all my removal, and I'm missing all my buff cards, but hopefully just having stuff on the board will allow me to keep up long enough until I redraw into one of my Holy Novas, the Mind Control, the Shadow Word Pains, etc. My opponent has a play. Well, this is interesting. If I play the Ooze and my opponent has a spell that he wants to play, then the Mana Worm will be able to trade against the Ooze. But if not, they'll still just trade because the Mana Worm's attack its buff, not its health. I'm okay with this, actually. So worst case scenario, we trade and I lost my coin. But best case scenario, I can just kill this thing before it gets out of hand. Probably the best spell my opponent could have here is Arcane Missiles. Ah, that's pretty good. Okay.
My
That was a really unfortunate Mad Bomber. Holy crap. Okay, let's kill that thing before it starts to get big. So, options here. I could heal this, but then it just still dies to the Mad Bomber. But then it doesn't die to the hero ability. Another option would be to play Novice Engineer, draw a card. The Novice Engineer dies very profitably against the Mad Bomber, though, but it does draw a card. I think actually the best option is this. The reason being, I don't want him just to have hero ability to kill this off. I think if he wants to kill it, he should pay a legitimate spell, or he should trade his creature for it. Rifleman. Ah, I see. Okay, well, the dealing 1 damage here isn't that relevant, because now I will just trade. And let's think. If I play the Worgen, he can charge his guy in, finish it off with hero ability that's half his mana for the turn, so I could kind of bait him into doing that. Another option, actually, is to play Novice Engineer.
Like my invention.
Draw a card. Northshire Cleric also dies to Rifleman plus hero ability. And let's actually just do this. Let's buff my guy out. Get another card. So I've got some card advantage here. We both have a creature on the board, but he has only 4 cards to my 6. Ah, that's a really good card right there. Okay, fair enough. So now with that 1 card, he just turned everything around. So now he has 2 4/4s. And 4/4s are pretty good against pretty much everything I have in my hand. I don't have any removal. A Holy Smite would have been really good here. I could silence this, or I could play a Cobra. Oh my gosh, this Dwarf was like the absolute perfect thing for him to play. Ah, man. Alright, let's go ahead and do this.
magic shall not save you.
I think it's a new sound effect for silence, too. So you could trade his Gimp in and use the hero ability, which is so good. And then he still has 3 mana to work with. I'm starting to get into trouble here, because if he actually has a creature to play with 3 mana, I'm really far behind. Thankfully he didn't. And I can play a Mountain Giant. Oh, I can't! I'm 1 card short. Ah. Boo. Alright, that's unfortunate. So I guess what I'll do is just play this for a card, see what I get. Razor Van Hunter. Well, anything will die to the Dark Iron Dwarf, but at least I get to put something on the board with him. Is it better to play the Cobra? I can't imagine trading a Cobra for the Dwarf is a good play. So this thing will cost 6 mana next turn. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just put this down while it's good. So you can kill 1 thing with the Dwarf. That's fine. And then I can play the Mountain Giant next turn. Gurubashi Berserker is a bit of a problem. If I could draw a Shadow Word Pain, though, I could kill it before it gets out of hand. And let's go ahead and drop this for sure. And I'm actually going to go ahead and trade these guys into the Dwarf. The reason being, the little boar, he was part of a card, and the Novice Engineer drew me a card, so I'm fine with that. Let's see if he's got a Polymorph. Fireball doesn't actually do enough damage.
I have no time for games.
That's cute. Frost Nova. Oh my god, that Frost Nova is so epic. I don't even believe it. Oh my god. That is so good. I wish I had my Silence guy so I could silence him and attack. Well, now I'm really screwed because if I play another creature, like if I play the Emperor Cobra, he can attack it with Sylvanas and then take control of my Mountain Giant. So I'm like forced to do nothing this turn. I really don't see any better way to do it. Oh my god, that Frost Nova was just wrecking me. Oh, alright, well I'm gonna heal up. He's gonna whack me for 9 next turn. That's just how it has to be. Yeah, this Mage just was in the driver's seat all game. It all started with the Dark Iron Dwarf being ridiculously good for him with the board situation, so I might get another loss here, unless my opponent really skips a beat. Alright, looks like he's going to Fireball and trade his Gurubashi and take out my 8/8. And just establish really good board control. Man, here's where I really want Mind Control. Mind Control! Nope, it's not Mind Control. Holy Nova doesn't quite do the job, because it only deals 2 damage, so even 2 of them wouldn't kill his stuff. Oh, man. If I play the Cobra and anything else, he can just Suicide against the Cobra and steal the other thing I played. Nothing I have... Like, I drew, like, all my Wimp cards here. Nothing I have holds up against his board. The Violet Teacher kind of does, I guess.
Pay attention, class.
The Worgen is just... This is just throwing him into the meat grinder, but we'll do it. Just throw him into the meat grinder and pass the turn. So my opponent doesn't have a whole lot of cards. I have a whole lot more cards than he does, but what he doesn't know is that my cards are actually really bad in this situation. I need to top deck my Mind Control or my Shadow Word, whatever, so I can kill off Sylvanas. Alright, that's actually not super scary. I'm okay with that. Alright, so now if I spend both Holy Novas, I can kill 3 of his 4 creatures, but I'm only at 9 mana, so I can't do that yet. Alright, this is getting very desperate. I can't use both Holy Novas. A single Holy Nova isn't any good. He's going to go to 7, 8, 11 damage. Oh god. I don't have any taunt. So yeah, we're just going to do this, I suppose. And I'm going to heal up so I don't die immediately. And pass the turn. Oh, I forgot to account for that. Is that enough to kill me? Yeah, he actually has enough damage to kill me. Fuck! Oh, I really should have accounted for that. But there was nothing I could do. Yeah, there was actually literally nothing I could do that turn, because I only had 1 Holy Nova that I could play. Well, that was a really disappointing game. I had the card advantage against my opponent, but he had the right cards at the right time. And that was what enabled him to hang in there until he could overrun me. Sylvanas was also very good. He didn't actually use the Death Rattle, but just the threat of it prevented me from playing things out. And because I didn't play things out, he was able to just race me down and win. So, good game by my opponent. I'll have to look over that game to see if there's any way that I could have won. It's possible that I could have played things differently in some way and won, given that he completely ran out of cards. Oh man, that was sad. I had all the cards. I had so many cards. It was crazy how many cards I had. Alright, up against the Shaman. Shaman's got a huge nerf. Healing Totem no longer heals the hero, which is pretty gigantic, I think. Let's keep the early removal. Do I want to keep 2 early removals? No, let's just keep 1 early removal. Let's save the Holy Nova for later. And see if I can get some other draws. Alright, well this is a nice start. I can play Holy Nova, or Novice Engineer, and then Power Word Shield. Should be a good time. Ah, Young Dragonhawk. Uh-huh. Well, so, I mean, he could have, like, a Rockbiter weapon and smack me for 8 damage. I'm alright with that. I will take 8 damage in exchange for he played 2 cards to do it, and I get to kill this thing next turn. Otherwise, this is just a 1-1, and I can kill it without having to spend my Holy Nova. Ah! Flame Tongue Totem. Good show, sir. Good show. Alright, so he just dealt a bunch of damage to me, which is fine enough. But looks like this is a good time for Power Word Shield.
Oh, if you're
And now I can kill
sure.
this without any problems. He has a Naked Flame Tongue Totem on the board, which isn't super great. If he doesn't flip a Taunter Totem or play a Taunt creature, I can smack into it and finish it off with Holy Smite. Got a Spell Power Totem, which is its own kind of scary, that's for sure. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill this. I don't want to take any chances. Do I want to take any chances? No, I don't want to take any chances. Even though it means not playing a 3-drop this turn, I would rather not take any chances. Alright, so next turn, depending on what he does, we could Holy Smite something and play a creature, or if he plays a really big threat, we can silence it. We're looking forward to Holy Nova, if need be, in a little bit. Oh my god, I'm still reeling from that Dark Iron Dwarf last game. Oh, it was such a good play. It really established everything. Twilight Drake! Ah, so here we're seeing the new Twilight Drake. So it's a 4-5 instead of a 5-5. But the flip side is, if I silence this thing, it's a 4-1 rather than a 1-1. So, like, it's actually not as good to silence it right now because it can still trade with the guy that I just played. Is that even worth it? Is it really even worth... I guess it actually is kind of worth it. Yeah, we'll do it. Although I won't be happy about it. Oh no, what am I talking about? I can use my Novice Engineer. There we go. Perfect. So basically, the old Twilight Drake, my Novice Engineer would have lived. The new Twilight Drake, my Novice Engineer dies. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, so he's got 6 cards on the screen, one of which is a totem. I have 7 cards on the screen, all of which are actual cards. And I am ahead on the board, so he's behind unless he can make a really good play this turn. Because he's behind on cards and on board presence. All he has is the initiative, the right to play first. I'm at an awkward amount of mana. I can only play one of my cards at 5 mana. But I really would like to be able to play this for 6 mana. So that's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully I draw something that's like either worth 5 or worth 2. Frost Shock. Alright, he's going to deal 2 damage and freeze it, which is an interesting choice. I don't know why he would do that. Alright, that totem is good to see because it does absolutely nothing. Ah, Novice Engineer. Perfect. Alright, always draw cards first. Oh, that's going to be good to see. And let's actually play the more aggressive card because he currently doesn't have anything on the board. So he has to be careful about playing things now, because if he plays something with less than 3 power, I can activate my Raging Organ against it. He would not like that. But this guy's done his job. He silenced a card. He ate a card, the Frost Shock, so I'm okay trading him in for something if he puts it down. And the Temple Enforcer actually is a pretty good combo with the Worgen, because it allows the Worgen to kind of charge into surprisingly large things. That's probably what I'm going to be doing next turn, all things being equal. It is possible that the Defender of Argus will also be a play, so I can use the Novice Engineer to kill off the Spell Power Totem, which is the dangerous one, and still give the Worgen a little bit of a buff, which might make all the difference. We'll see. A good card for him here would be Forked Lightning, because with Spell Power, it's guaranteed to kill the Worgen if it hits. He's going to use the Stonepike Commander to do that, which is encouraging, because presumably if he had a way to finish this off, he would have done so. Alright, Holy Nova is very tempting here. Very, very, very tempting. Now, I could Defender of Argus. The Novice Engineer can then kill this thing, and I can like take out the Spell Power Totem with the Worgen, keep up the pressure. More aggressive play is to use the Temple Enforcer to kill this thing, and turn on...
I must consider.
I'm going to do this because it puts a 6/6 on the board. It's really big. So let's whack-a-doodle-doo. And let's go ahead and actually kill the Spell Power Totem. Let's not take any chances. Healing Totem I don't really care about. So this is why we're starting to see how big of a nerf this was. This Healing Totem doesn't heal these this point of damage that I just dealt, so now it's an easy call to just damage my opponent. Now, in this case, if the Healing Totem were unnerfed, it wouldn't have been a choice because neither hit would have mattered. It would have been healed up either way, but in general now it's much of an easier decision to ignore the Healing Totem and just attack with your creatures, because the only thing the Healing Totem does is heal your minions. I am actually kind of amazed that they made such a huge nerf to Shaman. I was expecting something to nerf Shaman because it seemed to me like Shamans were extremely good, and that once Rogues were brought down, Shamans would be like the new king. But the magnitude of this nerf is not something that I was expecting. Well, I've got both Holy Novas, so hopefully he plays some stuff that has, you know, only 2 power. In the worst case, I can use Holy Nova somewhat frivolously to help trade. Fire Elemental, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Fair enough. Okay, well, this seems like a good time for Defender of Argus.
My shield for Argus.
Letting my Temple Enforcer survive. With 3 mana, I could heal this up a little bit, or I could play another creature. Now, if I heal this up, it still dies to Lightning Bolt, although it now survives against the various shock spells. It also survives against Forked Lightning. We'll make a more conservative play. I do have overwhelming board advantage here, and card advantage as well. I have 6 cards in hand to his 5 cards, and 3 more creatures on the board. So, since I have the card advantage, we'll take it slow here, and keep my guy alive. Another Fire Elemental! God damn it. Ugh. And he had a Lightning Bolt as well. Well, he's doing a good job hanging in there, that's for sure. Okie doke. Well, I think we're going to have to do this thing that I just drew, because that allows me to trade like this. Now we will drop the Enragey dude. Pass the turn. Alright, so we're still... Now we have card parity rather than card advantage, but we still have stuff on the board. He took really big steps to catch up there with those double Fire Elementals, which shows why that's such a good card. But he better keep the steam coming, or else I am going to get ahead. Especially if I can drop this Wind Fury Harpy on a quiet board and threaten to start attacking him for 10 damage with the Wolf's buff. Let's see what he's gonna do. Probably the best thing he has available would be if he could, like, Totemic Call for a Spell Power Totem and Fork Lightning to kill both. Hexing that shows he's really desperate. Another thing he could have done was, let's see, so Fork Lightning was a good answer. Earth Elemental would have been a good answer. So here, he didn't really have any good answers. Okay, well this is a pretty frivolous use of Holy Nova, but I think it's worth it simply because he's got such bad card disadvantage here. And I have such a good board. I'm okay, just swinging away. So he basically needs Lightning Storm here to clear me out, but even then I can drop 2 pretty big creatures afterwards. So I'll be okay if he does that. That is not scary at all, so I'm really happy he top decked that. Totem, not scary at all. This is a Taunt Totem. Alright, it's fair enough. Let's go ahead and swing. I think, so I could actually play the Violet Teacher and use this to make something buffed up a little bit and draw a card and also get a 1/1, or I could go for the more aggressive play, which is just to play this. I could also hedge my bets and play this and this. Yeah, let's just do that, I think.
Pay attention, class.
Let's swing here. And then with the Wind Fury Harpy. Kind of in between there.
Minion already attacked.
I want to keep my frog buffed because his Worgen Infiltrator right now is currently being forced to attack into the frog, so I want him to die if he does. Alright, even a Lightning Storm won't save him. Even a Spell Power Totem plus Lightning Storm at this point will not save him, which is good news for me. If you can stay above the Shaman's Lightning Storm, then you don't have to worry about much. The Reckless Rocketeer. Well, that's fine. It's all good. I now have card advantage, board advantage, the works. Alrighty, let's go ahead and draw a card and make a deuter.
I'm ready to learn.
Where's the Oh, none of my minions are damaged. No. Okay, well let's attack, attack. Do I want to put something else that dies to Lightning Storm? Not really. Just pass the turn with my cards. So we need like a Hex and a Lightning Storm to catch back up here. And I don't think he has Lightning Storm. So Mr. Blackheart is in trouble. Alright, he's getting a Totem. Healing Totem. Oh god, this just feels so good knowing that it's not going to heal him. Ooh, that's a desperate play. Alright, can I kill him this turn? I think I can. Pretty sure I can. 2, 4, 6, 10, 11. Yep.
Sucks.
Even if the Healing Totem had healed him, I had Holy Nova in my back pocket. Alright, so we win a 30-0 victory. That's pretty compelling. Alright, 40 gold. That's always nice. I like how one arena run leveled me up to 7 with my Priest. I didn't have any Priest levels before that. So that's nice. My first time before the wipe, I leveled everybody up by playing against the AI a whole lot, but it's definitely more fun to level up by playing in the arena. So up to 5 wins, which is very respectable, especially with the Priest, especially considering the first loss should have been a win and I got a disconnection. Let's see if we can get up to 6. That would be really nice. Love to get up to 6 here and have a shot for the gold. So Warriors also got a pretty big buff. A lot of their cards were improved. And they're sitting pretty now. Man, I don't want to keep Holy Nova, but I do want to keep the... Actually, I don't want to keep the Defender either with only one other creature. Yeah, let's ship the Defender and the Holy Nova back. We'll keep the Shadow Word Pain, because obviously it murders a lot of early draws. Alright, so now we're on curve, which is pretty sweet. No reason to use the coin, however, since...
Greetings.
I don't have any other plays. Now I could use the coin. Do I want to use the coin? Yeah, this seems like the right kind of time to use the coin. We will put down the slightly tougher creature first. So here's the moment we have against every match with a warrior where you pray they don't have a turn 2 Fiery War Axe. Pray. Oh my god, every time! Every time! Okay, well... Luckily, my other creature that I'm playing is a Novice Engineer, which draws a card. So after it gets murderated, it has at least replaced itself. Interestingly, had I played the Novice Engineer with the coin, I would have drawn into my Swamp Ooze, and I could have killed this weapon. Gah! That sucks. Oh my god, this is really bad. Alright, is he going to use the axe, or is he going to save it against something, against a more juicy target? Alright, good man. Alright, I'm happy he did that because I didn't have enough mana to kill this thing and play the ooze next turn. Let's just go ahead and kill this little thing. Alright, so I'm definitely behind because of that War Axe. I would love to have, you know, 2 creatures on the board right now as opposed to 0. But it's not over yet. I've got, you know, stuff I can do. Looks like the Violet Teacher is a good play here.
Attention, class.
Holds it pretty nicely against his board. An aggressive play would have been to play the Worgen and try to engage Wind Fury against this, but I'd rather put this down so that if I draw spells, I can start churning out 1/1s, and so that I can use up all my mana. Now, next turn with 5 mana, I can play the Worgen and the Ooze, for example, and be in pretty decent shape. Of course, there's plenty of things you could play for 5 mana that would just make my next plays die, but since I am holding Mind Control in my hand, as long as I'm relatively even on the board, I don't mind falling behind a little bit in card draw.
What now?
Alright, he's choosing to use the Owl to silence that, which is a perfectly fair play. And he's choosing to swing over top of me. I guess that makes sense because the Gnomish Inventor doesn't really work very well against that guy. Let's think. Well, let's kill what I can.
Instruction begins.
And I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to play this Raging Worgen. And I am actually going to give it a buff.
Job's done.
The reason for that is, he'd have to send both creatures into this to kill it now, and one of them would die. And I drew a card, so I don't care about the fact that my buff creature got killed. Plus, warriors are not the greatest at dealing with big creatures. He'd pretty much have to have an Arcanite Reaper. Which I imagine he would have played last turn if he had it, because it could have killed the Violet Teacher. So I'm feeling really good about my chances here. Especially since if he does have an Arcanite Reaper, I can catch up a little bit by oozing it to death. So he has to respect this. It's a really, really serious threat. I can turn on Wind Fury. So if I were him, I would just kind of trade the Panther in. Or if he has Execute, I guess that would work as well. Ah, Battle Rage. This card got buffed. It draws a card for each damaged character, which means it includes heroes. And you saw there, it just drew 5 cards for 3 mana. So that was like a sprint. That was better than a sprint, and it was 3 mana. Boy, I don't know about that. That is a little bit painful, actually. I hope that... I mean, one of 2 things happens. Either that gets brought in line, or I'm just going to play the warrior every chance I get in the arena, because that is so ridiculous. Alright, does he have anything else to do with 3 mana? That's the question. Harvest Golem. Good card. Alright, well, a couple options here. I can silence this, and kill it, and then heal my guy. Alternatively, they could play this Temple Enforcer, put a 6/6 on the board, but then this thing is going to be a menace. Let's, oh, hang on. I do have Holy Nova in my back pocket, so if he does run this into something, Holy Nova will finish it off. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop the bigger creature on the board. Give it 3 extra health. And we're going to ignore his stuff here and just swing over top. So I'm trying to try to play this pretty aggressively now, because I need to race with him having all these cards. He's got, Jesus Christ, 9 cards in his hand. To my 5, and an equal number of creatures on the board, and it's him to play first. So that's not good. That is really not good. My god, Battle Rage, I don't know, I think they buffed that card a little bit too much. I mean, by the mid-game, both people are going to be damaged, so it's at least like an Arcane Intellect, at least. And then, it's every extra damaged creature on the board draws even more. Honestly, I think Battle Rage was actually fine the way it was. I mean, it was 2 mana to potentially do nothing, but it had the potential to also draw a whole bunch of cards, you know? So I think it was fine the way it was. I don't like that change. But again, you know, when you're playing a game and you think something's overpowered, you don't want to necessarily complain about it. You just want to start playing that class. Interesting choice of Brawl there. Yes, it had a 50-50 chance of working in his favor and a 50-50 chance of not working in his favor, which are pretty bad odds when you consider that it was 5 of his mana. Unless he has a follow-up play. He does not. He's just going to draw another card because he clearly doesn't have enough of those. Alrighty. This is kind of unfortunate. Well, let's just...
Instruction begins.
You know, let's kill this thing. I don't know. These guys are so bad right here. I can't play them. I think I have to play them though. Yeah, I have to play them.
Instruction begins.
Your magic shall not save you.
My Cobra. So I just need to try to establish board control here. So my hope is that he plays one big creature, like some kind of a giant. Then I can mind control it and come back into the game. That is the hope. If he plays a bunch of little stuff or like a bunch of cheap removal spells, then I'm seriously in trouble.
I wonder. What?
Abomination. That's actually a really good mind control target as well. Let's see what else he's got for me. Acolyte of Pain. Not so much concerned about that guy. Okay, well, that's it. It's about as good as I can hope for, really. And, do I want to kill this Acolyte? I think the answer is yes, I do. He might have gotten benefit from, whacking into that thing.
Die, Mage.
So now if he can kill this, it'll kill 2 of my creatures. But Warrior's not necessarily the greatest at just straight up killing stuff. And that's why I wanted to kill the Acolyte. It was possible that he was holding, say, an Execute, then he could run in, draw a card, and execute this thing, and then that would be a bad day for me. But if he can't kill this thing right here, then I am going to be in pretty decent shape. One option I should have considered is silencing it, and then hoping for a better thing to mind control. But I think, since I'm behind on cards so badly, I don't want to be too greedy. This is perfect because it doesn't do anything right now, so I'm okay with him spending 3 mana on that. I'm okay with him spending 4 mana on that, because again, it's not doing anything right now. That I am less okay with. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Alright, so I have a Holy Nova, which doesn't kill anything. Yeah, do I need to start, like, downgrading Holy Nova in my rankings? It is just, not being that great. Let's see. I can silence 1 of him, and I can, trade for the other. Then I can swing for 7/9. So that's if I leave everything of his alive. I can deal 9 damage to him. I don't think that's actually enough, unfortunately, because he's still too far away from me to kill him. So I need to actually kill his stuff, which is unfortunate. So how do I kill his things in the best way? Well, let's see here. I think this is the time to trade the Cobra in. Let's go ahead and use this thing. Mountain Giant. Oh, hey, I can play a Mountain Giant. Well, that'll be the rest of my turn. Let's kill this. I want to heal this, though. No, I think it's important to play the Giant this turn. Yep. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna swing. We're gonna play the Giant. Alright, so now my opponent's in big trouble. Warriors are really bad at bringing these guys down. He's already used his Brawl. He needed to have like a Whirlwind and Execute or something. Or a Fiery Axe and Execute, although he doesn't really want to smack a doodle-doo here. Alright, he's going to kill the Abomination, it looks like. Which will also kill that guy. Does he have an Execute? Ah, he has that guy. I see. Well, little does he know I have a Silence. Well, that was an extremely close game.
Magic shall not save you.
I mean, that's 2 games. That's 2 games I won from this Giant. I have got to start picking those guys more highly. I think I've just been undervaluating how good an 8/8 is for, any amount of mana, really. Alright, we're at 6 wins with the Priest. It is time to see if we can go the distance. I have to say, whether I win this or whether I lose this, I will definitely be playing Priests again in the arena. The Priest is now officially one of my classes I like. The new cards make a huge difference, and I'm happy to play them again. Paladins were not changed at all. They have one card like a Divine Favor, which is like a healing thing, or like a card drawing thing or something, which now costs more mana. Alright, we're gonna hold on to that, for later. Let's actually keep this guy in my hand. This is good removal in case he plays something early. This is good card to play on turn 4, and this is okay to hold on to for later in case he draws a weapon. So I'm not necessarily going to be playing this on turn 2, because Paladins do have True Silver Champions. It's a common card. You should expect them to have it. And it's really nice to be able to clear it out. So I'm going to have a really slow start here. Unless my opponent obliges me by playing something to kill, with Holy Smite. If I draw another 3-drop, I may coin out the Razorfin Hunter.
Reporting for duty.
We'll see. Shadowword Pain. Well, I think what I'm going to do is actually coin this out next turn, or just, crap. If I coin this out now, I can't have anything to do with 3 mana next turn. That's actually fine. I'm just going to get stuff on the board. It was tempting to just pass the turn and do nothing, and then, like, coin out a Shield Master next turn, or not even use the coin and play this next turn, and then Shield Master after it. But my instinct is to get this out, and, be ready to address this threat. Sword of Justice. Well, that's actually a really good target for the Ooze. It's no True Silver Champion, perhaps, but, yeah, I'm still happy to kill it nonetheless. I love that new animation. It's so nifty. Alright, I'm glad I coined this out. It's nice to have this on the board. It's unlikely he can kill both of these. He might have True Silver Champion and kill one. But if he doesn't have True Silver Champion, he's in real big trouble here because the Defender of Argus is a very strong play. So he really should play True Silver Champion if he has it. If he doesn't have it, I feel like anything he plays, I'm going to be in good shape. Ooh, I love seeing that. That is great. Means he had nothing better to do. He should probably play something. Does he really have, in 6 cards, nothing to play with 4 mana or less? I wonder what he would have that he wouldn't play it. Wow, he's just not going to play anything. Alright. Well, this is a good time to get this guy down, so let's do it.
My shield for Argus.
Alright, I'm going to run this guy in. The reason I'm running this guy in, by the way, is because against Paladins, you want to keep your minions above 2 health, because Consecration kills anything at 2 health, so I don't want anything to have 2 health if I can help it. See, everything's now at a pretty 3.
I'll put it on.
Alright, he's just putting down a generic Duder face. I have the wrong shadow word. I have the one that kills cheap things, not the one that kills expensive things. But that's okay. I'm happy to trade my Ooze against this. It killed his weapon, so it definitely did its job. Blessing of Wisdom, whenever... What? Okay. I love that card. It's so funny. Okie dokie. Well, let's draw a card. Silence is fine. Let's trade. So, yeah, he can draw cards off of that if he wants. That's okay. I still have card advantage. And board advantage. So I have, 6 cards in hand to his 7, but I have 3 big creatures on the board, and Paladins are awful at dealing with a board like this. Just awful. Alright, that I don't really care about too much. This guy is mostly here just for the spell power, honestly. And that is really not relevant. Man, this Paladin either drafted a really bad deck or has a really bad draw. So let's see, I can hit him for 7 damage. Play this. Yeah, Paladins are just so bad at dealing with this. Like, what does a Paladin have that can kill this thing? Nothing. So yeah, we're just going to do this. I'm not even going to bother about killing these stuff. We're just going to swing for the fences.
To the breach.
I might regret it. I don't know what he might... Maybe he plays, like, Spell Power Consecration and kills 2 of my things or something, but... I mean, I'm just about to win here, and just because I know I'm up against a Paladin, there's not much he can do against this.
Not on.
Alright, he's giving it Divine Shield. That's not a big deal. He's giving that thing Divine Shield to kill off his card drawer. That is also not a big deal. And he's got the Cobra, so in a turn it can deal with this giant, but not right now. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Ah, Shadow Word, not the right one. Okay, so I can actually deal 8, 9... Yeah, that's the game. Remember, kids, always look for the win. Alright, that was a very convincing victory against Baxteria, the dragon. Not the dragon, what was Baxteria the dragon! Baxteria the paladin, that was our 7th win. Woo! I was actually on like a really bad streak, losing lots of arenas in a row. Yeah, this arena has brought me back. I've made a new stats page, so basically I have my stats before the wipe, and then I am going to make a fresh page of stats after the wipe. The reason for that is that the cards change so much that I want to have new stats for the, the current iteration of the game. This is a paladin, but it's a different one. This is Wolfenite. The last paladin was Baxteria. Do I want to keep 2 Holy Smites? No. I don't want to keep this if I don't have any other creatures. So we're going to maximize our odds here of top decking something that we can play in a couple of turns. Eek. This is actually not a very good hand. I might, if I have bad luck, not have anything to do on turn 2 or 3. Aha. Well, at least I have something to do on turn 3 now. That's good. Wait, what? This is a priest. I thought this was a paladin for some reason. Wow, what am I talking about? Jesus. Alright, so this is Wolfenite the priest. No relation whatsoever to Baxteria the paladin. Different name, different class. Alright, let's see what he's got. It's a pretty good answer, actually, to my Worgen. He can just trade both his guys into it. But I think I need to do that, because if I just Holy Smite this thing, I'm delaying everything by yet another turn, so it's just not worth it. He's got a coin. Let's see what he's going to coin out. Twilight Drake. Alright. Well, it's a good thing I have a silence. Man, you know what? They nerfed the Twilight Drake. Or they changed the Twilight Drake. It's not exactly a nerf, I guess. And 2 games in the arena. I wish that it were its old form. Ugh. So now this guy will die instead of living, which is a huge difference. Huge, huge, huge. This Twilight Drake can even kill my Azure Drake. Oh, the cheeky bastard's not even gonna kill my guy. He's just gonna attack past me. What a load of monkey nuts that is.
For the crusade!
Alrighty. It's a pretty good card right there. I really can't stop it from trading with my duder. Alright, Light Spawn. Mighty. Let's think. I mean, I can play pretty much anything I want to. So, Holy Smite, Twilight Drake is an obvious choice. Is there anything I can do about this situation right here? I mean, I can play a Taunter, but the Taunter just dies. And then I have 2 mana left, which is nothing. What we're going to do is play the Twilight, or the Azure Drake. And then we're going to trade voluntarily. The reason for that is my Azure Drake actually hangs on against the Scarlet Crusader. And then next turn, depending on what he plays, can do a Light Spawn or something different. We'll see. Alright. It's actually pretty fine for me. I'm not too scared of a Light Spawn with this on the board. If he'd played a higher hitting creature, I might have been afraid to put the Light Spawn down. Ooh, Wind Fury is an interesting choice. Yeah, let's put this on the board. This thing is at its most dangerous when the board is relatively clear. So, unfortunately, I don't have a mana left to finish this thing off. I'm going to not attack. If he wants to kill my Azure Drake, then he can attack himself if he wants to. I'm not going to do it for him, though. And all know, though, I would say that I'm behind this game just because I got off to such a slow start. That's a pretty good card. He's gonna respect my Wind Fury Harpy here. Pop his Divine Shield against that. Oh, he's gonna leave it alive. Because the Warden, of course. Alright, I got Mind Control to look forward to. That's cool and all. I could silence the Taunt, which is a pretty lame use of it. But this will allow me to spend the Wind Fury against something else. If I heal the Wind Fury... that's actually the best play. What am I doing? Yeah, this is the best, by far. I think my opponent just forgot that I have healing. So, see, now I can kill this guy. And actually... So if I kill this, I don't have a good thing to Mind Control next turn. But that's a little bit greedy, I think. Let's just go ahead and kill this bigger creature. Let's Holy Smite this thing. And now this is the ideal time on an empty board to play Light Spawn. What's funny is that the Priest's new removal card, Shadow Word Death, which kills a minion with 5 damage or more, will actually kill this Light Spawn.
Your magic
He's gonna silence it. Alright, well that's actually really bad because I don't have any Inner Rages in this deck. That was really frustrating. Okay. Well, Mind Controlling a 4-5 is less than impressive. Dark-Eyed Dwarf can make this a 2-5. It doesn't actually change anything. Not even with Holy Smite, he'll still be 1 damage short. Ugh. I could silence this and Dark Iron Dwarf, but then he's still going to be 1 short of dying, and that's all my mana. I won't have enough mana left to Holy Smite. This thing just dies to the Meat Grinder. Man, this was such a perfect answer to Light Spawn. I'm so sad. Alright, well, we're going to do this. I'm going to put this guy on the board just to have a 4-4 on the board. And I'm also going to silence this thing. The reason being, if he plays something even scarier than that, I don't need to silence it, I can just steal it. So I'd love to see a big giant here, or like a Sunwalker, or like any expensive creature. Alright, he's trading. Decent sign. Injured Blade Master. Not the greatest mind control target, that's for sure. Alright. Well, is it worth mind controlling the Fen Creeper? I hit him for 6. He still has plenty of life. This guy got buffed. He's a 4-3 now. He used to be a 3-3. So that's pretty cool. Okay. I can play the Wolf.
Consider.
Holy Nova doesn't quite do enough damage. Let's see, if I Holy Nova, this would go down to 1. I could then kill it with my Light Spawn, and I could trade there without having to use the Wolf. Yeah, let's just do this. I'm going to be greedy here. I'm going to wait for another chance to use the mind control. So I'll trade this.
Mage.
Trade this. Oh, I should have attacked. I should have done that first, so that I could have. So that the Holy Nova would have actually healed this. Ah, that was a mistake. Well, in any case, let's play our Taunter
My ancestors.
and call it a day. So now, if he plays something little, I can maybe kill it. If he plays something big, I can steal it. And I've got 2 things on the board which I can pump with my Wolf, all else being equal next turn. Ah, perfect. Alright, so I'll be stealing that. And I still have enough mana then to play the Wolf. Try to word Pain. Alright, fair enough. So, Light Spawn. This is the Light Spawn that could. He's really going the distance. Well, always draw cards first, so let's draw a card first. Yeah, we'll do that again. Wow, the Teacher, that's a nice thing to look forward to. Of course, I am up against a Priest. It's not unlikely he could just mind control this back. Frost Elemental, well, that's a temporary solution. Ooh, I love that animation. Dang, that's a sexy, sexy animation. Unfortunately, my Power Word Shield's main this guy still dies. Unless I heal him. Ah, interesting. I might actually be doing that this turn. Mountain Giant. Oh my god, Mountain Giant. Well, if he had Mind Control, I'm pretty sure he would have used it. So, this is the time for the Giant. And, yeah, we'll just swing past. No reason to throw away my Light Spawn. He'll probably just trade in. Now, if he trades in and has Mind Control, I'm in serious trouble. That's a fact. That is a fact. But I'm gambling on the fact that he didn't have Mind Control, because if he had, he would have played it last turn. So, I'm gambling that if he has it, he has to top deck it, which isn't super likely. If I didn't have a clue that he doesn't have Mind Control, I probably would not have played this guy, because, it would just win him the game, basically, to steal this. Alright, now, playing a Defender of Argus here is very tempting, but that makes it a 9-9, so if he does tap deck Mind Control, I'm in serious trouble. What we're going to do instead is make a more conservative play. Let's do the Direwolf Alpha. To pump my dudes. Swing for the fences. Play Violet Teacher. And heal my Light Spawn. And pass the turn. Alright, so now my opponent has one more chance to top deck Mind Control before he loses.
Engaging TC.
Oh my god! That could have been really bad. I never play around this card. I've just decided I am never gonna play around this stupid ass card. So if my opponent's gonna win with it, then he's gonna win with it. But this is what I hate about the card, right? You have a 50-50 chance of taking something good, and when you don't, you don't. When you do, you win the game. So it's kind of risky, but it's not worth playing around because it's just so pathetic. Alright, well, that's kind of unfortunate. I have to spend this and Holy Smite in order to get past the Senjin. But then I bust him down to like 6 health. Or even 7 health if I use the Defender of Argus. Ah, he's got stuff to do here.
One shot.
He's doing 1 damage to that guy. Interesting. Well, let's see what I get before I commit to anything. Ah, Shadow Word Pain. That's a pretty good card here.
I'm ready to learn.
Oh no! These guys spawning in the middle robs me of a point of damage. Oh my god, does that actually make a difference? Let's see. 8 plus 3 is 11. 12. No, thankfully I can still win.
My shield for Argus.
It is just enough.
Instruction begins.
Alright, well played, sir.
Well played.
I'm ready to learn.
Well, I'm feeling really good now because 8 wins is going to be lots of gold. So one of the things they changed in the patch notes is that now you're guaranteed to get an extra pack or an extra card at 9 wins. And what that means is you're actually, I mean, unless they've changed the gold amounts in other ways, what that means is that you're actually going to get less gold for 9 wins than for 8. Because one of your prizes that at 8 wins could have been gold, at 9 wins is going to be a pack or a card. And I don't really care about packs or cards. So that's kind of an unfortunate change. We'll see how it is at 9 wins.
Let the hunt begin.
Alright, this is a neat hand here. Holy Nova, I'm actually going to keep against Hunters, because they do have a bunch of, like, hyenas and buzzards and hounds and things that are worth killing. So we're going to go ahead and take one chance to top deck a 2-mana card. Perfect. And other than that, we're just going to stick to our curve. Unless I top deck another 2-drop, there's really no reason to coin out that engineer, so we're going to see what happens. One thing I did not know is that this waterfall makes a sound if you click it enough times. And the sounds are like different. Alright, my opponent's thinking about his first turn. He's decided not to do anything. I will not do anything either. Let's see if he's got a buzzard.
I can wait and finish all
Pagel. Alright, you know what? Honestly, I would rather see that than a buzzard. Because at least this might, you know, not flip. Actually, I think on his first turn it didn't flip, did it? It didn't activate. There's the buzzard. I don't quite have enough oomph to kill this thing with. Nuts. Well, I could coin out this and silence it. That's actually, I think, worth doing. Wish I had a Holy Smite here. Of course, I could Power Word Shield and swing into it like that, but then I don't have anything really good to do. Then I'm just coining out a 3-drop. Yeah, let's just silence this thing. It's a good silence target.
Shall not see.
And we're gonna just swing above.
You're sure?
So I think Nat Pagel missed twice, if I'm not mistaken, so far. So my opponent has not had good luck with his Fisherman. Multi-shot would hurt here, it would kill both of my creatures. Multi-shot is a very difficult card to play around in any case. But if he doesn't have multi-shot, then I can kill Nat Pagel. The buzzard's already silenced. So the best thing he can do with the buzzard is just kill my Novice Engineer.
I wonder.
Got a hyena. Now you have to be careful, this thing is still a beast. So it's important. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh no! He's gonna sacrifice the... Fuck. Oh, that Hunter's Mark is so good right there. So his beasts both get buffed. See, I was gonna slow roll it and just do nothing next turn and wait for Holy Nova to kill these things, but now Holy Nova doesn't quite kill it. Oh my goodness. Well, luckily for me, the Senjin actually holds up really well against both the hyenas.
Sure.
Well, he can send one in to die and then the other one gets big, but the Senjin can actually stave off both of them by itself, which is pretty cool. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Oh my god, that looks really bad. Man, this game is getting out of control. Oh my god, it's out of control. Uh-huh. Man, I wish I had some spell power. You know what? Kind of everything you want. I think we need to do... Oh shit. If I use Holy Nova, and it'll kill this thing is going to get buffed, and my Novice Engineer won't be able to hit him. Oh my Christ. This is so bad, I can't even handle it. Alright, we're gonna play this.
Pay attention, class.
And we're gonna put some fodder on the board here.
I'm ready to learn.
Alright, the ooze is not super awesome here. Okay, so next turn, if nothing changes, I can play Holy Nova, kill this hyena, and kill this hyena after it's been buffed. If nothing changes whatsoever. But the odds of that seem pretty small. Man, he just had such a good start. I mean, I was on curve and everything, but he just had the start. This is a beast. So this is gonna get buffed twice now. Ah, Lord on a pony. That's no good. That is no good at all. Right, he's gonna clear out my Novice Engineer here. It looks like. It's a pretty good play. He doesn't really want me to have any chumpsicles around to deal extra points of damage to his stuff and whatnot. Whoo boy, this is not good. Ah, he's gonna trade voluntarily? Is he? Are you gonna trade voluntarily? That's not the best plan, I don't think. Or is he just gonna go for the... I mean, he can deal a lot of damage, 16 damage. Now, I'm a priest, so that means he cannot finish me off with his hero ability. I will be able to come back, you know? But, it's not necessarily a bad plan to just go for the gold here. Alright, he's gonna buff that guy up. Ah, now Nat Pagel can kill that thing. Very clever. Oh my god, my opponent messed up. He needed to kill my Novice Engineer because now... Holy Nova can actually kill this thing. If I do it in the correct order. First, I send in my thing. Then, I play Holy Nova. Alright, so the problem is now I don't get to do anything else. And he still has stuff on the board and I don't. And my card advantage is not super overwhelming. So if he's got, you know, big creatures coming up here, he's just fine. Like that, for example! Ah, okay. Yeah, I didn't quite catch up enough. And now I'm in really, really big trouble. Alright, well, I think Taunting. Can I play 3 creatures? No, I cannot do this and 2 other creatures. So we're definitely in some serious trouble here. But we can drop a whole bunch of garbage that has Taunt. And that actually currently trades with his creatures other than the Stormwind Champion. So, yeah, that should be okay. For now, maybe. Multi-shot! No! That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Well, this might actually be my first time getting 8 wins in the arena.
Handle it.
So,
Well played.
god damn it.
Well played.
Oh, that game. That game, I almost had it. You know what it was that won him the game? Single-handedly? Hunter's Mark. Because it allowed him to sacrifice his beast and kill my creature. Which then made it impossible for me to keep his hyenas in control. Alright, well anyway, can't complain too much about that. 8 wins is very solid in the arena. Let's see what our prize is. Hopefully lots of gold to fund my further adventures in arena land. 75, 95, 55. Lightning Storm. Wow, okay, you know what? I gotta say, I mean, if they're gonna be giving out golden rares, then that's pretty cool. In a pack. Alright, well, all in all here then, I made, what is this? 70... 225, am I counting right? Yeah, 95 plus 55 is... Wait, oh my god, math! 75 plus 95 is 170. Plus 55 is 125. Yep. So that's pretty cool. 225 gold, so that's an arena plus change. Very happy about that. I have a ton of gold because I bought into the arena a lot pre-wipe, so this was like, I got like a 900 gold refund or something. Plus all the gold you get for completing all those easy quests in the beginning. Let's see what's in our pack. Alright, we're not starting off our collection with particularly good stuff, although this is a nice card for warriors. Spacebar puts the thing into the slot right away. Now it's a nifty little hotkey. Ooh, Deadly Shot is great. Secret Keeper. Okay, well, we're getting garbage rares here, but some good commons. That's fine. And that's it. So let's go ahead and take a sneak peek at our next arena. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and or subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you next time. We're going to be playing Warlock, Druid, or Paladin. You know, I'm going to play Paladin. I haven't played Paladin in a while. I only played Paladin 3 times total. I had like a 5, a 6, and a 9. So, or maybe like a 5, a 6, and a 7 pre-wipe. So I feel really comfortable with the class. He's very consistent for me. So that is probably what we will do. Alright, thank you again for watching. Please like and or subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.